Hey YouTube, Snowman here. Hey, it's been a couple days since I've been in. I got some good news. Let's see, this month YouTube, when you have a channel, it sends you an update and it tells you how your channel's doing, how your progress is. I had a 37% jump in subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you're a new subscriber to the Snowman's channel, thank you for giving that button a push and checking me out. It's a pretty cool thing. I don't think I'll ever be a YouTube entrepreneur, but I guess anything's possible, but I better get my butt to work, getting more content. What else? Oh, I hopped on the scale. Not to talk about me, but I'm going to talk about me. It was first of the year. I hopped on the scale. I was 315 pounds. I got on the scale today, right after work, after sweating all day, and I hadn't eaten dinner yet. So my goal is to be 250 pounds, and I was 315. Well, I hopped on the scale. I am 8.5 pounds away from my goal. So, yeah, I'm getting closer and closer. And I'd have to say, out of all the things that I've eliminated from my life, I'd say food has to be the hardest one. Let's face it, food is so pleasurable. I'm what you call a foodie. I'd sit down and not have 2 slices of pizza. I'd eat the whole thing. So I don't even eat pizza anymore. Once in a while I'll have a slice, but yeah, I've completely changed the way I eat. And I'd have to say all the vices that I've given up, food was single-handedly the hardest one to give up. So, and all those other things, temptation is always there. So just got to be strong and just keep your mind to it. And what else happened today? Oh, well, I'm from Western PA, and the weather has been 90s, low 90s, 92, 93. I think the one day it was like 94 degrees. It's been blistering hot with pretty high humidity. And, I work in areas where there's a lot of other people working, guys building houses, framing out houses in like areas where houses are just being built like at an astonishing level, just amazing. And I see a lot of laborers, a lot of truck drivers, just workers, people just out there just doing it, working their tails off. And I tell you what, and every single one of these people that I come across and I see, I give them a wave or a nod, and everybody in this kind of weather, be it hot or cold or whatever it is, I just see a lot of determined people, just a look of determination on their faces, and it's a really cool feeling when you make eye contact with those people. It's just, it feels good to be part of this labor, workforce, blue collar. I don't think I'd ever want it to be any other way. I'm still young enough to do it, so, but it just feels good. You feel like a connection with other people. So that was my day. Past couple days have been pretty hot. A lot of water drinking. Showing some of these younger guys I work with that you can't live off energy drinks and pop, and you got to eat. You have to eat. As hard as it is to eat in this weather, you have to eat something. Get something in your stomach because it's tough. But my wife's taking the chicken off the grill. It's supposed to be my job. So this is my little hiding spot here. I like this little corner. It makes me not feel so bad. Yeah, this is where I pee. Okay. My wife said, this is where you pee. And this is like it's like a little outhouse in this little corner. It's kind of private. And yeah, this is where I pee. So Maybe I should stop doing that. But what else happened? Oh, there's a guy where I work. His name's Larry, and he's the older brother of the owner of the company I work for. And Larry he's 75 years old. I think he's retired like 4 or 5 times, and the guy just refuses to give up. And every time I see this guy and talk to him, he always has something good, something witty to say. He's a really interesting guy to talk to, and any chance I get, I always take some time out and I just give him a good handshake and tell him he looks good, and he's funny. He goes, I'm like, Larry, I said, you're inspiring. I said, you look good. I was like, you're one of the toughest guys I know. He goes, yeah, thanks, man. Like, he's humble, but I think he knows that he's a bad dude. So definitely want him on my side. But like I said, it's, we're out here in this heat, and he's out here working right there with us. Hey, look at that little ant. There's ants everywhere. Look, speaking of workers, it's everywhere. It's all around us. It's neat. But yeah, this guy Larry, I saw him today. He's out there driving a roll-off truck and got bandanas wrapped around his head. He's sweating, and just, I hope someday when I'm 75 years old, I hope that I hope I can keep going, keep working at this rate and this pace, and be like Larry. He did say something to me. He goes, "Yep." He goes, "Yeah, I'm 75 years old." He kind of looks at the ground and shrugs his shoulders. He looks at me. He goes, "It's scary being this old." He's like 3/4 of a century old. He goes, I don't know when my day is going to be my last. I said, really? He goes, yeah, it's scary. You don't know what's going to happen. And, it's kind of like that yardstick of life, I guess Larry's probably talking about his yardstick of life, and 3/4 of a century. I don't know how many people live to be 100 years old. I think Larry's going to do it, though. That he's in phenomenal shape. He looks like he's built like he's 25 years old. I swear to goodness. But, yeah. If Larry lives to be 90, I mean, he's pretty far down that yardstick of life, and that guy's not giving up, and it's just inspiring. And then, last but not least, there was a guy a few years back at the previous company I worked for. He came and worked for us for, I think, 2 months, and it just didn't work out. He didn't work out with the company, and just some things happened, and he moved on. Well, last week I went to a job, and I seen this guy, and his name's Brian, and I seen this guy, and I'm like, I know that guy from somewhere. So I just jumped out of the machine and I walked over to him. I'm like, I know you from somewhere. And he looks at me and he goes, I know you too. He goes, you used to work at the other company that we worked at. And I said, yeah. I said, you remember me? He goes, oh, I remember you, Dawn. He goes, you're the only one that ever came up and talked to me. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, I didn't work here that long. I didn't make too many friends, but he goes, you're the one guy that always took time out and said hi to me. So that was years ago. That was even before, my life changes. So I guess I always was kind of a good, nice guy, I guess. I don't know. My wife might tell you otherwise, but well, today he called me on my phone. We exchanged phone numbers at that time. He called me today. He goes, hey, Dawn. He goes, I'm over here where you work. He goes, when do you get off work? I said, I'll probably be back there in about 45 minutes to an hour. He goes, all right, what truck do you drive? I'm like, whoa. I'm like, can I ask you why? He goes, I got a present for you. I'm like, what? He goes, I got a present for you. I'm like, well, what'd you do? What'd you go and do? He goes, I left it on your seat. He goes, you'll see it when you get in your truck, when you're done with your day. I'm like, son of a gun. So when I got to my truck, after I talked to Larry, I opened up my truck door. I look in there, and what did I see? A brand new, trucker hat with his tree service that he works for on my seat. He gave me a hat. So, just a random act of kindness from nowhere. I mean, we see it all the time. People out of nowhere just doing nice things for people. And, I really do believe in karma, and I do believe in, what goes around comes around. So, just don't ever really do anything with something in return. Just do nice things for people with nothing, with no expectations of getting anything in return. And when they do come back to you, they mean so much, and it's so special. So I got this new hat, and it's just your basic hat, work hat, but it means something. There's a meaning to that gift, and I'm gonna wear that hat proudly. So it's dinner time, so I'm gonna get going. My chicken's done. I took zucchini, sliced it up. I put olive oil and garlic salt on it and baked it with a little bit of bacon and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Mwah! Can't wait. So, that being said, everyone have a good night. If it's hot where you're working, just drink lots of water and be tough and work hard. Tomorrow's Independence Day. Let's take some time out and remember those people's lives that were lost for our freedom. And if you're lighting off fireworks, be careful. Light fuse and get away, right? And have a good cookout with your family or whatever you're going to do. Enjoy your day off. Everyone have a good night. God bless. And have a good night. Over and out, Snowman.